I believe that Joan Vassos, the first ever star of the Golden Bachelorette, will save the Bachelor brand after its terrible failures over the past several years. She knew precisely what she wanted when she became the lead, which is why I feel that she will save the business. In spite of the fact that the brand has experienced some success with the engagements of Zach Shawcross and Katie Bigger, Charity Lawson and Dotun Olubeko, and Joey Grazietti and Kelsey Anderson, there have been a great deal of people who have not been successful. The engagement between Jen Tran and Devin Strader, who starred in the 21st season of The Bachelorette, was called off before the episode titled After the Final Rose was ever broadcast. Also, every pair from the 8th and 9th seasons of The Bachelor in Paradise has since broken up. On the other hand, the most shocking and disheartening news was the announcement that the Golden Bachelor couple Jerry Turner and Theresa Nist had decided to divorce after only 3 months of marriage. Despite the fact that Jerry and Theresa had tied the knot during a magnificent and publicized event known as the Golden Wedding, they were unable to settle down and make a decision about where they would live because neither of them desired to relocate away from their respective families. It is my belief that Joan will be the saving grace of the Bachelor brand during the first season of the Golden Bachelorette. This is due to the fact that she possesses such a good head on her shoulders, despite the fact that the Bachelor franchise has been through a great deal of suffering. However, Joan Vassos, who was on the Golden Bachelorette, did not make it her mission to get engaged. Joan is an administrator at a private school in Rockville, Maryland, and she is 61 years old currently. Christopher, Erica, Allison, and Luke are her 4 grown children, and she is also the grandma of 3 grandkids. She is the mother of 4 adult children. In the year 2021, Joan's husband of 32 years, John, passed away as a result of pancreatic cancer. Additionally, she keeps a close relationship with her mother-in-law, who is 91 years old. During Jerry's season of The Golden Bachelor, Joan was given her first taste of the Bachelor Nation. However, she had to leave the program early in order to deal with a family issue, which prevented them from developing a close connection with one another. During the course of her time on The Golden Bachelorette, Joan did not want to press the topic on engagement on any of the 24 guys who were competing for her heart. Joan provided the following explanation in an interview with People. "I said all along that I didn't need to leave, I was engaged. I wanted to leave in a committed relationship, and that was my intention. I wanted to be with someone with whom I could envision a future, and we both wanted to experience what it's like to be in a relationship outside of the confines of the Bachelor franchise. The last thing I wanted was to go through all of this and end up in the exact position that I was in when I arrived at the estate." Because Joan wasn't placing as much pressure on herself to be engaged, I believe that she probably found the guy who was the best fit for her. I was quite disappointed when I witnessed Jen, who was on The Bachelorette season 21, say goodbye to men who seemed like they may be great for her. These men included Grant Ellis, Jonathan Johnson, and Jeremy Simon, who appeared on The Bachelorette season 29, and she did this because she did not feel ready to get engaged to them. It would have been more appropriate for Jen to leave in a relationship with one of them. On the other hand, Jen made the decision to go with Devin, who had stated that he was prepared to get engaged, and the relationship ended up being a complete collapse. In my opinion, it is essential to take into consideration the fact that Joan had these feelings about getting engaged before she ever started her adventure on the Golden Bachelorette. Before she traveled to tape the show, she gave an interview to CNN in which she stated, "If it ends up an engagement, I'm open to that." I have no doubt that this method is effective. I have witnessed it work for a great number of couples on The Bachelor, and as a result, I have faith in the process. "It would be wonderful if it turned out to be an engagement," Joan continued. "If this turns out to be the case, then you and I will have the opportunity to become more familiar with one another in the wider world, which is also ideal." Joan, in contrast to Jerry and Theresa, was not eager to immediately enter into a married relationship. She elaborated, "I probably won't rush into a marriage right away, and not just because of what happened with Jerry and Theresa." She was referring to some other reasons as well.